visual art, balance refers to how all of the elements in a composition, such as line, shape, color, value, space, form, and texture, relate to each other to create a sense of harmony. In sculpture, balance is controlled by gravity in a very real way and is easy to see if something is balanced or not. Generally speaking, if your sculpture falls over, it is not balanced. In the Mobile sculptures of Alexander Calder, balance can be taken quite literally in this way. At a time when sculpture was focused on solid objects with weight and mass, he suspended forms with thin wire, balancing and counterbalancing them on the fulcrum, as if they were each part of a floating teeter-totter or seesaw. Now, we also talk about finding balance in life. We are all supported by the community in which we live. People in various roles, as well as the activities we do, help keep us moving, feeling motivated and emotionally balanced every day. With a little bit of sculpture wire and a special semi-transparent flexible paint made by PBO, it's easy to create your own mobile that explores balance and harmony in both art and life. Students are invited to think about who and what in their community keeps everything working and in balance. These could be institutions, people, activities, anything or anyone positive in their life that they would like to acknowledge. Some examples would be school, home, friends, family, teachers, coaches, sports teams. Invite students to make their own list. Begin with a few pieces of armature wire, and this comes in a variety of gauges. It's incredibly malleable and cuts easily. With wire sizing, remember, the larger the gauge, the smaller the wire. I'm using the 14 gauge, which comes in a classroom-friendly length of 350 feet. Form an enclosed flat shape at each end of the wire. I am taking inspiration from the shapes used in Calder's mobiles. And he was actually inspired by the paintings of Miro. But really, any shape will do, as long as it is completely enclosed. And the wire can be placed flat on a working surface. I've prepared my surface by taping graphics acetate to a piece of chipboard. Plastic sheet protectors would also work well, but the size can be limiting. Place the wire shape down as flat as possible. Use a piece of tape to secure it. I would suggest starting with at least 5 pieces, each with a shape on the end. Now, these enclosed shapes can be filled in 2 ways. The first and most simple would be to fill one solid shape with Artie Stick. Work from the inside edge of the shape, following the wire, filling the whole shape. Just fill from the outside in. Make sure you have good contact with the wire. It's okay if some spills over, it can always be trimmed off later. And after the paint has dried, you can use an acrylic paint marker to draw a symbol or word representing how that activity or person brings balance to life. Another technique would be to use something called an enclosure. An enclosure could be beads, charms, yarn, decorative papers, drawings, and other found objects. I'm going to use some yarn. I'm using clear or transparent Artie Stick. Follow the same method of filling the shape, making good contact with the outside wire, and press yarn, bead, or sequin right into the paint. And some may spill out, that's okay. Assemble the mobile using a thicker 9-gauge wire. This will be the main backbone of the piece. Allow students to play with different compositions, and sculpture wire, though easy to bend, will hold its shape. Have some dry pieces here, and use a thin brass wire, wrap around the center of the piece few times. You will want to be able to move this wire at this point. Do the same on the backbone piece. And these may need some adjustments after all of the pieces are attached. I would encourage students to regularly hold the piece up to see if it's balanced. Once that balance is found, secure each connecting wire with a dot of glue. And I do have a piece here where standalone pieces were used. And the wire was poked through the PBO Artie stick itself to allow for a bit more variety. And the best way to display these mobiles would be, of course, hanging them. And they really come to life if placed near a vent or air source that will enable them to gently move. If you're looking for a little more balance, and perhaps a full material list and instructions, check out dickblick.com. While there, you will also find national standards as they pertain to this lesson, along with hundreds of other free lesson plan PDFs and videos.